Hey guys, well, winter's coming. I'm all layered up and I'm sitting on my favorite rock, which is kind of cold. But anyway, maybe it'll be a shorter video. Lucky you. I wanted to talk for a moment though about the moment and the power of now, as Eckhart Tolle likes to call it. Anyway, a couple of things occurred to me that I thought were worth sharing. One is there's no suffering in the moment of now. You can say, oh, I'm suffering now, but your your mind would have to be in the future sense of like, oh, my pain is going to get worse, or your past sense, which is, this is what's always happened to me in the past, and this is how I've reacted in the past when I've been in a suffering situation. And so it could seem like you're in the moment and you're suffering, but if you're truly in the moment, if you're in your mind sense of the now, there's no suffering. So that's a great place to take refuge. Now, you may feel like you don't want the world to bring any difficulties, but the world does what the world does. But you won't recognize anything as a difficulty. Everything is a gift for you, and everything is for you to grow, which is a truth. It's just a matter of, do you act on that, and do you believe that on a cellular level? So if you can get yourself to focus on your breath and move into the moment, then you will experience that bliss and that sense that, oh, there is no suffering in the moment. And a lot of people that are, in concentration camps, I can't think of much worse than that, and they know they're going to die, and they see other people dying, and they see everybody suffering, and they are being abused, and yet so many of them, now a lot didn't live to tell about it, but enough did live that were about to be killed and didn't get killed and were lived to tell about it, and talked about a very euphoric point when you really, it forces you into the moment, into the now, and into acceptance. And that, if that ugliness can transform people, then why do we fight it so much, in our day-to-day lives, to say, why not take the easy road? Take the shortcut and focus on your breath when you're feeling emotional, and even when you're not, and focus on your breath and slow it down and go into that calm, relaxed state of being in the moment. And in that moment is where all the magic happens. One, there's no pain and suffering. But two, then to give a contrast, you're not in your mind thinking about what you're going to do and planning like you might do when you're all excited. And you're not in your mind thinking that there's a past. The past is irrelevant. You're anew every day, every moment. Every moment is anew. You can come up as a new person. You can show up as a new energy. You can, think of things differently, be different. All this change and this transformation I'm talking about can happen in any split moment. In fact, it's never going to happen a little bit at a time. It's just going to be some split moment that you're going to be different. But I'm sure you're, being different all the time. And I guess you could say it's a transformation, but it doesn't need to be that way. It's just, I guess it's like growing up. You want to experience every step. So anyhow, so back to this power of the moment. When you're in that moment, in the moment, and your mind's not thinking about the future and fussing about the past, you can really be present. And that deep sense of the moment, if you're in there a lot, you get used to the feeling, and it's like, oh, the universe around me is tugging me along and nudging me and opening doors and laying out carpet for me and bringing me the most delicious situations to process and to deal with and to, I want to say think about, but you don't want to really think about them too much, but to experience. You're just experiencing it. You feel it and you get back into that present moment in every situation. And there is no suffering. It seems pretty good. It's pretty simple. So, anyway, there's no reason to not be exploring the moment, and no reason for me not to be sharing more insights into the juiciness of the moment, because it's really all there is. But so back to my 3 points, just to keep beating them into myself, if not you, is that when I feel emotions, that's sort of my reminder whether it's joy or sad or sour or sorrow or anger or whatever. I feel the emotion, and I am then reminded to go into my breath, and I take a breath and slow down, and sometimes you notice, wow, that was not an easy breath. My body's a little tight, and that's not the case now because I've been out walking in the woods for about an hour and a half so far, and I'm feeling pretty light. But you slow down your breathing, and it might take a minute, but you just keep